Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. On the last episode, we explored the Zerka office and the hunting lounge over, here in Anchorhead. Now we're gonna go a little deeper into Anchorhead. Probably won't leave the settlement, even though we do have the hunting license and can now. We probably won't, but we are gonna go deeper in.
Tangabushan omnang, wanga kun biskin ba mulara, choni yun tun gigi ida dwana, kava vulpa mulji gomana, chinapala mule, tonki ba non tontek, tunni chachon kun ne mule brabast.
I just wanted to ask you a few questions if you have the time.
Mucho shakapaka, yi ki kun no ba muladra ki chichon.
Do you know who would know this planet the best?
Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon, wanakumbes, chi pala mulek, tonki pa na nonek, tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest, ufmala nibo kurk. Tanga bok sha nak nong, hin kun shin kin, nikin kun na bule mule raji kun, chuni yun ni chichi aldwana, kava volpa muli kumana.
Alright, well, let's talk racing then.
Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon, wanakumbes, chi pala mulek, tonki pa na nonek, tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest, ufmala nibo kurk.
That hut over there. This track, is it a good one?
Tanga bok sha nak nong, kin kun shin kin, nikin kun na bule mule raji kun, chuni yun ni chichi aldwana, kava volpa muli kumana. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon, wanakumbes, chi pala mulek, tonki pa na nonek, tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest, ufmala nibo kurk. Mucho shakapaka, yi ki kon no ba muladra ki chichon.
If the track is so small, why come here? Why come out on this rock for it?
Tanga bok sha nak nong, kin kun shin kin, nikin kun na bule mule raji kun, chuni yun ni chichi aldwana, kava volpa muli kumana, chinapala mule, tonki ba non tontek, tunni chachon kun ne mule brabast.
How long have you been at this?
Tanga bok sha nak nong, kin kun shin kin, nikin kun na bule mule raji kun, chuni yun ni chichi aldwana, kava volpa muli kumana.
Why did you change your name?
Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon, wanakumbes, chi pala mulek, tonki pa na nonek, tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest, ufma mucho shakapaka, yi ki kon no ba muladra ki chichon.
What can you tell me about the other racers?
Tanga bok sha nak nong, kin kun shin kin, nikin kun na bule mule raji kun, chuni yun ni chichi aldwana, kava volpa muli kumana. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon, wanakumbes, chi pala mulek, tonki pa na nonek, tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest, ufmala nibo kurk.
What makes you say that?
Mucho shakapaka, yi ki kon no ba muladra ki chichon.
And what do you think he won't, or what do you think about the business in general?
Chinapala mule, tonki ba non tontek, tunni chachon kun ne mule brabast.
All right.
Mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kun no ba muladra ki chichon.
That's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
Chinapala mule. Tong ki ba non tontek. Dun ni chachon kun ne mule brapast.
Ruby, Nico, Garm, Yuka.
Tustadan gelfa, Morisidan gelfa, Udin Fandibu gelfa, Morisidan gelfa, Inugan gelfa, Udastar gelfa, Udastar gelfa.
Kid.
Hier, Vater, Morisa, Tustadan.
I just got a few questions, okay? Then I'll leave you alone.
Abuelta, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Mikel y Rimo.
I want to ask about racing.
Udastar gelfa, Udastar gelfa. Hier, Vater, Morisa, Tustadan.
How long have you been at this?
Udastar gelfa, Udastar gelfa. Hier, Vater, Morisa, Tustadan.
Alright. No good memories, huh? That's a shame.
Tustadan gelfa, Morisidan gelfa. Udin Tustadan Fandibu gelfa, Morisidan gelfa, Inugan gelfa.
Alright.
Abuelta, Colo, Luz, Ivan, Rebut, Mikel y Rimo.
That's all for now.
Bundas, Udastar gelfa, Udastar gelfa.
Kakinja nawabakaon, Ichage borang turang, Nada chawa yishun kun. Nova murira tilai kuka, Kang nibora tong chitsa. Chesko yohaba kaba nopi torula, Kakinja nawabakaon, Bagwa shon kontimachit
I just got a few questions.
Baba Hassan Shan, Nova murira tilai kuka.
Of course I'm interested in the track.
Smilia! Tingkuin ko ka, patoga yakfuli ko kala Gigi!
So how long have you been at this?
Tong hitwama aki inko tune, o tong hitwama ji aki inko tun, tong panokun, nonek, chiwi aita ka tong chicha, ki mulira kun king, kimba no kun nik lota.
What do you want to learn?
Patoga yakfuli ko kala Gigi! Tingkuin ko ka, tong hitwana ji sakat agi inko tune, chuna mulira, tong pa nong kunek abog.
And what can you tell me about this track?
Nika batupaka, patisa! Kon mulis limo po iwanga kun riskin, chi itakangki changa kilikon, tong hitwama aki inko tune, o tong hitwama ji aki inko tun, tong panokun, nonek, chiwi aita ka tong chicha, ki mulira kun king, kimba no kun nik lota, chachiska, topa na oto bokasa.
But still, there's got to be somewhere better to come than this rock. I mean, why would the racers come here?
Jiska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, kuyami jusku chitanai, uchua penki, topa na oto bokasa, yubabato kanchi, yatuka ulan, kakinja nawabakaon, bagwa shang kontimachit
Okay.
Ciao baso, Gino molirani dubo, tonkin ba, loko netsak.
Alright, well, I'll be going now.
Ciao baso, Gino molirani dubo, tonkin ba, loko netsak.
Go on, leave me alone. I've got stuff to worry about.
What are you worried about? Something I could help you with, maybe?
Racer stuff. Nothing you'd understand. Don't mean to be rude, but it's kind of secret.
I raced on Terrace.
Ha! Sure. Race your bike out of that explosion? Everyone knows that the whole planet is gone. Nobody got out. I'm not in the mood for jokes, thanks. I've got things to think about. You wouldn't know anything about it. Deal with that Hut Mata and you will understand. Until then, I just don't want to talk about it.
Ako Jehovah. Chino muleraking pajak slimo puitwana.
I'm looking for some information, that's it. Can you help me?
Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunung kabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes tonga buksha unenong. Kava volpamulsli humanabak mulira. Chuniyun tunjichi aifatuana. Kava volpamulsli humana.
Yeah, I raced on Manon.
Lagoda na rinkis matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi.
Yes, of course. I've got a swoop bike on my ship.
Lagoda na rinkis matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi. Rundi hautunga tonkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkavi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes jibeduana ni bobo. Tonganun shanunyan. Muchitito aki jijaku.
Of course I'll pay it.
Lagoda na rinkis matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi. Rundi hautunga tonkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkavi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes.
What sort of business do you need help with?
Lagoda na rinkis matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi. Kipechao na kinwikosendi. Nao punek turang wangapula. Chila yun nao.
And? Sounds like you have something special. What do you want help with?
Lagoda na rinkis matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi.
Why won't he sign?
Rundi hautunga tonkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkavi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes.
That isn't fair! On Terrace, you had to give a cut to the Swoop Gang sponsoring you, but at least the rider got the higher share of the winnings.
Lagoda na rinkis matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi. Rundi hautunga tonkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkavi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes.
I'm not really interested in being your enforcer.
Rundi hautunga tonkimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkavi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Lagoda na rinkis matona. Yinkin slimo podona mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi.
Well, that's it for now. I'll be back to race later, though.
Rundi hautonga ton kimbanan kongek. Wanna kumbes chimpalamuri kun hunkabi. Tuknen tanjo kun nemulirabes.
Maybe depending on how long we go, I'll do a race at the end of the episode, but probably not. Choose the cantina, right? Yeah.
I watched some good races at the Swoop track last week. Yeah, you have to thank Mana for giving us something to do.
Ubabatu Koji, Tom Non Bon Chang Nungyani, Tom Tox Macdelia, La Boda Nigo Hisma Toma, Wana Kumbes Chimpa Marulira, Top Chimbang Non Kek.
Mucho Sharpakat. Kieno nama paule Rachiku.
Zerka is claiming that their operation on Kashyyyk has become too costly to maintain. Sounds like a cover-up to me.
Oh, it is.
Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba nonotek. Tokning chatukune mulerabes.
Unarilo, ieta upso, kingun na pamulirachi.
Witam boragatong mulira siyang turong ni na potata.
No one leaves Anchorhead without proper authorization.
I'll just go then.
See the Zerka office for authorization.
Could you be a little clearer? I'm having trouble understanding you. Why wouldn't I understand your true language? What is it that you want then, Java? Giants made of sand. Sand people? Alright, Iziz. What do you want me to do? Alright, where are your people then? Okay, just a few more questions. Why would they have taken your people?
So these Jawas are scavengers who were enslaved by the Sand People. I think I am beginning to understand his plight.
Okay. Tell me about those who came before.
It could be that this Jawa knows things about this planet's history that the Republic has no inkling of.
Okay. I'm looking for something called a star map. Do you know anything about that? You'll tell me after I help you? Why should I believe you, Iziz?
It does seem convenient, but we've no reason to disbelieve this creature.
Alright. I'll check this out when I leave the city, Aziz. Goodbye. I'm gonna bring about a peaceful resolution to this. Let's see about this droid shop. What do you have available here? Let me ask, okay, what do you know about this HK-47? What functions have you tested? You don't seem to know much about this droid.
And if the unit proves even more uncooperative once we purchase it.
Why haven't you wiped its memory? What does the HK-47 designation mean? Where did you get this droid?
Gee, that doesn't sound suspicious at all. Warehouse workers have a bad habit of paying off their debts with other people's property, you know?
Well, maybe I'll ask the droid.
Greeting. Hello to you, prospective purchaser. I am referred to as HK-47, a fully functional Science-Tech Corporation droid skilled in both combat and protocol functions. Query. Would you be so kind as to purchase this model from Yuka Laka? It would serve my purposes to be removed from his ownership.
You mentioned battle and protocol. What exactly is your function, droid?
Refusal. It is not desirable for me to reveal core functions while still in the possession of Yuka Laka, prospective purchaser. It is sufficient to say that I am a fully capable translator and cultural analyst, and I am also proficient in personal combat.
Doesn't Yuka question you about your reluctance to reveal your functions?
Explanation. It is rare for a droid to resist an owner in this way. Doubtless the Ithorian considers my stubbornness an embellishment to add interest to a seemingly mundane protocol droid.
Why keep this information to yourself?
Explanation. I have been recently fitted with a restraining bolt, if you must know. With it in place, access to much of my memory core is restricted. Not to mention that the fool Ithorian might raise his asking price if he knew more, or make inquiries into my history. Neither outcome is beneficial to me.
How do I know you'll be loyal once this restraining bolt is removed?
Assurance. I am fully autonomous, but lack resources. I will grant loyal service in exchange for proper maintenance. As well, it is rare that I am able to utilize my full array of abilities. You seem likely to give me the opportunity to do so.
Why would you assume that?
Extrapolation. You are no farmer or diplomat. You are armed and comfortable as such. We will mesh well.
So why is this access to your memory restricted?
Statement. Indeed. It is possible that the Ithorian placed the restraining bolt on me to prevent my return to a previous owner. It is also possible that the removal of the bolt will not restore memory functions. Without my memory, I do not know if I know the answer. Do not interpret this as a reduction of my worth, however. My capabilities are quite expansive.
Okay.
Objection. My functions are wasted here, prospective purchaser. I will answer your queries, but I assure you, I am better utilized elsewhere.
I'm not familiar with HK-47. What else do they make?
Answer. With the restraining bolt in place, I do not have access to my memory core. I suspect, however, by the fine quality of my manufacture, that they are a prestigious company indeed. I suspect I am of unique construction, or perhaps I was intended for a very specific customer. How I ended up here, I can hardly say. It is sufficient to say that I am a fully capable translator and cultural analyst, and I am also proficient in personal combat. Objection.
Right.
My functions are wasted here, prospective purchaser. I will answer your queries, but I assure you, I am better utilized elsewhere.
But how could I know why I would need you without you not telling me your functions? Sell yourself.
Disclosure. I am a versatile protocol and combat droid, fluent in verbal and cultural translation. Should your needs prove more practical, I am also skilled in highly personal combat.
So, you translate. Well, I understand most languages well enough.
Extrapolation. Intuitive language comprehension? That would be the result of recognition and training of force sensitivity. Your kind have little use of translation droids. Of course, your kind also encounters danger on a far more frequent basis than the average citizen. You would do well to have me work for you then, before someone else makes use of my more exotic functions.
Why would you be better than an armored battle droid?
Disclosure. Finesse. Battle droids hold battlefields. I'm capable of eliminating a very specific type of target.
Begin beginning to sound like an assassin.
Retraction. Droids built for such a function face strict regulation and often have unique difficulties with previous owners. I therefore make no claim to that designation, prospective buyer. I am a law-abiding droid. Yes, indeed. Law-abiding. That's me.
You don't sound very convincing.
Request. Please do not speak so loudly, prospective buyer. Do you truly wish my price to be doubled?
Alright, alright. I'm beginning to like you, HK. I'll see about purchasing you.
Statement. The fool Ithorian has decided I am to be an expensive purchase. He does this out of greed, and not out of knowledge of my true capabilities. Advisement. I have observed him. He is a coward, and will be responsive to aggressive bargaining.
Does Yuka know you talk about him like this?
Statement. I wish only to be purchased, and away from ill treatment at the hands of this poorly skilled mechanic. I have no desire to be subtle. Qualification. Oh, of course I shall be quite pleasant to you, should you purchase me, please.
What do you have in stock besides droids? Show me what you have. Let's talk about the HK-47. You don't seem to know much about it.
And if the unit proves even more uncooperative once we purchase it.
I'm interested. Let's talk price. $5,000 is steep. Could I convince you to lower it? That was quick. You desperate to sell him? What about 2,500? Yeah, let's go back to... Alright. 3,000. 3,500.
And if the unit proves even more uncooperative once we purchase it.
Come now. Think of the advertising you'll get from me bringing that droid all around Anchorhead. 3,000 credits seems fair. I'll pay you that. Alright, thanks. Goodbye.
'Statement. I see you have purchased me, Master. I find this a satisfactory arrangement. My restraining bolt will be deactivated when you take possession of me. Am I to accompany you now? Shall I kill something for you?
Kill something for me?
Answer. Indeed. I am most eager to engage in some unadulterated violence. At your command, of course, Master.
Come with me now.
Statement. I will enter into your service now, Master. I am certain you will make adequate use of my primary functions. My gears are practically quivering with anticipation.
Move mission. Add HK. Level them up.
Ready!
Alright guys, let it be known that this is the episode where we got the full party. All nine, Nev and all 9 other members of the crew of the Ebon Hawk. Now we're gonna talk to HK. Get him a better weapon first.
Yes?
Objection. Worn out? Listen, you talentless organic meatbag. One word from my master and I will pull you apart, limb from useless limb. I have always been hostile. Now that I need no longer rely on you and your primitive maintenance skills, I do not need to hide it.
Let's see what you got in stock beside droids. Let's just see what you got. Alright.
Sure.
Now let's talk to the guy. Then we'll close it out.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
I'd like to know more about your functionality now that we got the restraining bolt off.
Statement. I know some elements of my functionality, Master, but not all.
I thought you said, removing your restraining bolt would restore your memory.
Qualification. I suspected that it might, Master, but without memory, I had no way of knowing whether or not I knew that was true.
So, you lied to me.
Qualification. Not so much, Master. I spoke out of ignorance. I assumed the Ithorian was responsible for my memory loss. That does not mean I am not a fully loyal droid willing to serve its master. Right, Master?
Okay. But how can you not know parts of your functionality?
Answer. There have been numerous repairs and tampering made to my system, Master. Several systems are not operating as they should be. The fact that my memory is incomplete may be due to meatbag incompetence, or something else I am unaware of.
Are you damaged?
Answer. I believe I have been damaged several times in the past, Master. I have always been repaired, but perhaps full functionality has not been restored.
Is there any way I can repair you?
Answer. Some of my motor functions can be safely repaired, Master, but anything in relation to my memory core is extremely sensitive. I have safeguards installed to protect that core that I cannot deactivate. It is not impossible that other, lesser memory functions could be restored, however.
So I can restore your memory?
Answer. You may attempt to restore portions of my deleted memory, Master, but some skill at repair is required. The deeper functions of my core memory, however, would still be unadvisable to tamper with. Conjecture. It is possible that some external stimulus might result in the memory core being reactivated, but I am unaware of any program existence to do so.
So you're saying that your memory might just come back?
Conjecture. There may be hidden programming that awaits certain conditions to reactivate my memory core, Master, but there is no way to know. It is quite possible that tampering has simply erased my core permanently. If that is so, a meatbag will surely pay.
So how do I go about restoring part of your memory?
Answer. Simply tell me that you wish to make the attempt, Master, and I will attempt to walk you through it. Please do be careful.
Well, tell me what you can of your functionality first.
Observation. I am sure you are aware of the majority of my skills, Master. I can handle various sorts of heavy weaponry with ease. My physical abilities are well above those of your average meatbag, as are my sensor functions. An assassin, if you would.
Okay. Assassin droid.
Caution, shh, Master. Such a function in a droid is highly illegal.
Okay. I won't tell anybody.
Commentary. Good, for I would truly hate to be turned into spare scrap, Master. That would be a waste of my genius engineering. Answer. My assassination functions are currently non-functional, having been deactivated by the meatbag, Yuka Laka on Tatooine. Were they functional, you as my master would be able to specify a target, and I would operate independently to the best of my ability to terminate it.
Any way to reactivate that function?
Answer. Not that I know of, Master. I still possess all my normal combat and stealth abilities, however.
Okay. That's good. Well, let's see if we can repair you then.
Answer. Some of my motor functions can be safely repaired, Master, but anything in relation to my memory core is extremely sensitive. I have safeguards installed to protect that core that I cannot deactivate. It is not impossible that other, lesser memory functions could be restored, however.
Okay.
Answer. You may attempt to restore portions of my deleted memory, Master, but some skill at repair is required. The deeper functions of my core memory, however, would still be unadvisable to tamper with. Conjecture. It is possible that some external stimulus might result in the memory core being reactivated, but I am unaware of any program existence to do so.
Alright. So let's get on restoring part of your memory. Let's see what we can do.
Answer. Simply tell me that you wish to make the attempt, Master, and I will attempt to walk you through it. Please do be careful.
I would like to try it.
Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process. Request. I only ask that you be oh so very careful, Master. I am too valuable and well crafted to perish at the hands of ineptitude.
What are you implying here?
Negatory. No, Master. You are not a droid, however, and therefore your skills are limited by the physical capabilities of your meatbag extremities, or some such.
I happen to be very good at what I do.
Appeasement. Yes, Master. Of course, Master. Could we begin?
Yeah, let's begin.
Statement. As you wish, Master. The first stage is the simple one, and that is accessing my central control cluster. This may take a while. First, you will need to open 3 panels. Now close the last panel. I am afraid the operation did not succeed, Master, though it was a valiant attempt for a meatbag. Supplication. Perhaps it would be best if you desisted your efforts for the moment, Master. This seems to be going nowhere.
Alright. We'll do this later.
As you desire, Master. I cannot help but claim a small amount of relief. Signing off.
Alright, guys. The deeper cut functions of HK-47's memory core requires some sort of stimulus. HK thinks it's unwise to tamper with this, but other parts of the core might be restored. It would just take simply someone of sufficient technical skill in order to do so. Alright, guys, that is going to be it for another episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. On the next episode, we are going to go out into the Dune Sea. But yeah, we've got at least, we got HK-47. The crew is complete. And yeah, we'll see what we can get into next time. If you guys like what you saw, you know what to do, and I'll see you on the next one. Laters.